There is no creature in Earth's history quite as synonymous with fear as the Megalodon. Even though this enormous shark went extinct somewhere between 3.5 and 2.6 million years ago, it has taken on an almost mythological status in popular culture. The films, the documentaries, the endless internet debates about whether it could still be lurking in the deepest parts of the ocean, none of it is going away anytime soon. And I get it. A shark that could reach an estimated length of around 15 to 18 meters and weigh somewhere in the region of 50 to 70 metric tons is genuinely terrifying to think about. But here's the thing, the Megalodon is gone, and the creatures that fill the deep ocean today are arguably stranger, more unsettling, and in some ways, far more frightening than any extinct giant. Today, I want to take you on a journey through some of the most haunting corners of our ocean to introduce you to 6 living creatures that I think make a strong case for being scarier than the Megalodon ever was. Before we dive in though, I want to clarify what I mean by scarier. I'm not necessarily talking about the animals that pose the greatest threat to humans. I'm talking about the ones that feel most alien, most ancient, and most deeply wrong in the way that only the deep ocean can produce. Number 1. The Greenland Shark. We're going to start with an animal that I genuinely believe doesn't get anywhere near the attention it deserves. The Greenland Shark is one of the largest carnivorous sharks in the world, capable of reaching lengths of up to around 6.4 meters and weighing as much as approximately 1,000 kilograms. That alone is enough to earn it a place on any list like this. But it's not the size of the Greenland Shark that makes it so extraordinary. It's the time. In 2016, a landmark study published in the journal Science used radiocarbon dating to estimate the ages of 28 Greenland sharks. The results were staggering. The oldest individual in the study was estimated to be around 392 years old, with an uncertainty range suggesting it could have been anywhere between 272 and 512 years old. To put that into perspective, this shark may have been alive when Shakespeare was still writing plays. It may have been gliding through the cold, dark waters of the North Atlantic before the Mayflower ever left England. It is, in all likelihood, the longest-lived vertebrate on Earth. The Greenland shark inhabits the cold, deep waters of the Arctic and North Atlantic, and it has been recorded at depths of around 2,200 meters. Despite its enormous size, it moves remarkably slowly. So slowly, in fact, that scientists initially struggled to understand how it could catch prey at all. One widely accepted theory is that it is largely a scavenger and an ambush predator, taking advantage of sleeping prey and consuming carrion. The stomach contents of Greenland sharks have revealed some remarkable findings, including the remains of polar bears and reindeer, neither of which are aquatic animals. This tells us that these sharks are opportunistic feeders willing to consume almost anything they encounter. What makes them even more unsettling is that their flesh is highly toxic to humans due to the presence of trimethylamine oxide, a compound their bodies use to regulate the crushing effects of deep-sea pressure. The flesh must be processed over many months before it is safe to eat. Few creatures on this planet can claim such a combination of ancient patience, vast size, and quiet, toxic lethality. Number 2. The Pacific sleeper shark. Not far from the Greenland shark in terms of biology, and equally at home in the freezing, lightless depths, is the Pacific sleeper shark. Both belong to the family Somniacidae, the sleeper sharks, and they share many characteristics that make them so deeply unsettling. The Pacific sleeper shark can reach lengths of up to approximately 7 meters and is found throughout the cold waters of the North Pacific, from the coasts of Alaska and Japan down into deeper offshore waters. Like its Atlantic cousin, it is a deep water specialist, having been recorded at depths in excess of 2,000 meters. What makes this particular animal so compelling is the combination of its enormous size and its near-total invisibility. Despite reaching lengths that rival the great white shark, the Pacific sleeper shark is extraordinarily rarely encountered. It moves slowly and silently through the deep, and sightings of living individuals are vanishingly rare. Much of what we know about its diet comes from stomach content analysis, and what researchers have found there is genuinely surprising. The remains of marine mammals, including seals and porpoises, have been identified in some individuals. For an animal that moves as slowly as a sleeper shark, capturing fast-moving prey like this is puzzling, and scientists are still not entirely certain how it manages it. One possibility is that, like the Greenland shark, it targets sleeping or injured animals, ambushing them from the darkness below. The Pacific sleeper shark is a reminder that the deep ocean contains giants that most of us will never see, living lives that we barely understand. Number 3. The giant Pacific octopus. I'll admit that including an octopus in a list like this might seem like an odd choice. They don't have teeth in the conventional sense. They don't chase you through open water. But if you've ever spent any time reading about the giant Pacific octopus, you'll understand why I felt it had to be here. This is the largest species of octopus in the world, and large individuals can have an arm span of up to approximately 4.3 meters, with a body weight that can reach around 71 kilograms in verified records. Some anecdotal reports suggest individuals considerably larger than this, though these are difficult to confirm scientifically. What truly separates this animal from almost almost everything else in the ocean is its intelligence. Octopuses in general are among the most cognitively complex invertebrates on Earth, and the giant Pacific octopus is no exception. Individuals have been documented solving puzzles, opening child-proof jars, recognizing individual human faces, and even exhibiting what researchers describe as play behavior. They are masters of camouflage, capable of changing both color and skin texture in a fraction of a second to match their surroundings with extraordinary precision. They are also entirely capable of consuming prey far larger than you might expect, with documented cases of individuals capturing and consuming seabirds and even small sharks. What I find most unsettling about the giant Pacific octopus isn't its intelligence or its strength in isolation. It's the combination of the two. It can be anywhere, it can look like anything, and it will almost certainly see you long before you see it. Number 4. The Goblin Shark. The Goblin Shark is perhaps the most visually alarming animal in this entire video, and its appearance alone earns it a place here. This is a deep-sea shark found across all 3 major oceans, typically at depths of between 270 meters and around 1,300 meters, though some individuals have been recorded considerably deeper than this. It can reach lengths of up to approximately 3.8 meters, though some sources suggest that particularly large individuals may exceed this. Its coloration is a pale, pinkish gray, not because of pigmentation in the traditional sense, but because the skin is semi-translucent, allowing the blood vessels beneath it to show through. The effect is deeply unsettling in a way that photographs rarely do justice, but the feature that truly defines the goblin shark is its jaw. Unlike any other known living shark, the goblin shark possesses a highly protrusible jaw, meaning it can project its jaws forward rapidly and largely, independently of the rest of its skull. When prey is detected, likely through electrical signals, as visibility is essentially non-existent at these depths, the jaw launches forward in a motion that looks deeply unnatural and profoundly alarming on camera. It's an adaptation born entirely from the pressures of the deep, and it serves as an uncomfortable reminder of how alien life can become when it evolves for millions of years in total darkness, cut off from the rules that seem to govern the world above. Number 5. The Frilled Shark. If the Goblin Shark looks like something from a fever dream, the Frilled Shark looks like something that crawled out of the Devonian. Often described as a living fossil, this eel-like creature has changed remarkably little over the course of its evolutionary history. It can reach lengths of up to around 2 meters and is found at depths of up to approximately 1,570 meters across a broad range of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The name comes from the frilled appearance of its 6 pairs of gill slits, the first of which meets across the throat, giving it a distinctive ruffled collar that no other living shark species possesses. Perhaps the most extraordinary feature of the frilled shark is its dentition. It possesses around 300 teeth arranged in approximately 25 rows, and each tooth has 3 sharp, needle-like cusps pointing inward toward the throat. The overall effect is less a conventional set of teeth and more a trap, a series of inward-pointing hooks that would make escape essentially impossible for any animal unfortunate enough to find itself inside its mouth. Scientists believe it feeds primarily on cephalopods such as squid and octopus, and it may coil its body like a snake before striking. Encounters with living individuals are extraordinarily rare, and most specimens have been found already dead or dying near the surface, far from their natural habitat. We know surprisingly little about how this animal truly lives, which only deepens its ancient, almost mythological mystique. Number 6. The Sixgill Shark. The blunt-nosed Sixgill shark is one of the largest carnivorous sharks alive today, and one of the most ancient. While almost all living sharks possess 5 gill slits, the Sixgill has 6, a trait it shares with only a handful of other species, and one that speaks to its extraordinarily deep evolutionary lineage. This animal belongs to a group whose ancestors were already well established long before the first dinosaurs walked the earth. Large females can reach lengths of up to approximately 4.8 meters and weights of around 590 kilograms, making this a genuinely formidable predator by any measure. During the day, the Sixgill retreats to extreme depths. It has been recorded as deep as 2,500 meters, making it one of the deepest dwelling large sharks known to science. At night, it rises into shallower water to hunt, targeting a wide variety of prey, including fish, rays, and marine mammals. What strikes me most about the Sixgill isn't its size or its depth range. It's the sheer weight of time it carries with it. When you look at this animal, you are looking at something that has survived multiple mass extinction events, something that watched the dinosaurs rise and fall from its position in the cold, deep dark. It is a predator so effective and so perfectly constructed that the forces of evolution have seen no real reason to substantially change it over hundreds of millions of years. I find that in itself more frightening than the largest shark that ever lived.